Hey everybody, Big Jason. I'm here with Million Dollar Mike Morgan. What's up, Mike?
Hey Jason, how's it going, buddy?
Good. So I want to talk to you about Scott Mongo Haines today, but let's set this up. So we're going to be looking at a letter that Scott wrote in 2003. And in the letter, it references a book, which is interesting because Scott, for this client who I recently got in touch with, it's his longest running client, he had a book and he had some high priced software, $4,000. And Scott had sold millions of books for this client. It was going really well. He was kicking ass selling this high priced software through direct mail. And I don't know, you tell me. I'm thinking that Scott, being the genius marketer he is, he probably saw that the book was not doing as well as it was before. Probably still doing okay, but not as well as before. And same thing with the software. And his client said Scott came to him with the ideas like, hey, let's give the book away for free and then upsell them on the software. Is that what you probably think happened?
That's what I'm guessing. Either that or it was, a really small commitment, maybe just a shipping and handling kind of deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say that's probably true. And as I got a little bit into the letter and I noticed, that the book was there, I thought, wow, okay, so that really adds a lot to this letter, the fact that they got a book before. So,
right. And I had told you, which probably got you excited, that this letter was still being used online today, 2017. So that's pretty impressive in itself. But when I finally got in touch with his longest running client, he actually told me that in 2003, when they switched to the free book model, upsell to the software, I believe it was 2003 to 2006, they did $4 million. And that's pretty awesome. But this letter, he put it online basically verbatim, just maybe added some pictures, and it's still kicking ass today. And he cannot find any copywriter who can beat this letter from Scott. How is that pretty impressive?
I'll tell you what, I don't know many people that have a 14-year-old control. That's pretty darn good. And that's, a testament to Scott's copywriting ability.
And you have controls yourself, right?
Oh yeah, I've got controls that have lasted, for years with the, with the big publishers. But 14 years, holy smokes, that's pretty good.
Awesome. So let's talk about your experience with Scott, the person. How'd you get to know him, and what'd you think of him?
Oh God, Carlton introduced me to. I'm in this little email group with a bunch of A-list writers, and Scott didn't start out in it, but he got put in. I don't know, maybe a year later or something. And I'd always been like a fan of Scott's. I was a Gary Halbert kind of guy, a Carlton guy, and Scott was was a legend. And when he got in that group, and this is like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago maybe, I wanted to get to know Scott. And so I just emailed him after he had been put in our group, and I said, hey, let's connect sometime. And he said, cool, how's tomorrow? And so we set up a time and we chatted, and God, I mean, we had so much in common. I mean, he's got a twisted sense of humor like me, and he's funny and he's smart, and we love to just talk about, stuff, life, and a little bit about copywriting, and, some about clients, and I don't know, it was probably more than half of it was, was just personal. And we really enjoyed each other's company, and, we called each other a lot. And gosh, then, we met down in Vegas with you and Michael Walker, and
Yep.
and my brother was there, and God, we had a great time there at that. What was the name of that pub?
Some kind of brewery or something.
Yeah, I don't remember. Birch something.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a great time. Just connecting together, and we talked all the time. I love Scott, and I love to read his stuff. And like I said, he was kind of like, one of those mentors from afar from me in the beginning of my copywriting career anyway, because, God, when I came in, Scott was, this is like this letter we're going to do. It's before I really even started copywriting.
Wow.
It was just great. A lot of my mentors have become my friends, and, Scott was really kind of one of them, even though he didn't really know he was my mentor till I told him.
Cool. So as far as copywriting, you mentioned that Mongo, we hung out together, and you actually pulled me aside, and we had been talking about, starting possibly a mastermind of some kind, either monthly or yearly, kind of like, Carlton's Platinum Mastermind. And you actually suggested, hey, let's talk to Scott and Adam. So you obviously thought very highly of him.
Oh yeah, geez, without a doubt. I mean, I love the guy. I mean, not only did I love him personally, but I mean, he's freaking brilliant copywriter.
And so now that his family's asked me to continue his legacy, and I'm going to be updating his course with the help of you and Carlton and other guys, what would you say to someone who hasn't had the benefit of going through his course and knowing that it's going to be available soon?
I bought that course. I found it on eBay one day, and I snapped it up. And I'll tell you, it's a really great course. There's like no one out there that writes like Gary Halbert, as much as Scott. And I mean, like Carlton, you might think so, but I mean, Carlton's just a freaking unbelievable writer. Period. He'd be successful in any kind of writing that he did, but he also had all the sales chops, but he didn't write like as much like Halbert as Scott does. John has his own style.
Yep.
So yeah, Scott's definitely someone you want to learn from. And if you've ever learned from Gary Halbert, I mean, this gives you a whole different kind of angle. One of the things I've learned about learning copywriting. So I've been in this game for this is my 13th year, and there's a lot of stuff out there that's kind of basic, but there's a lot of layers to the, it's like an onion, the proverbial layers of the onion. I mean, it's really like that. And the more, that you can hear from different people and their angles, the deeper that you can get into that onion, which is like, one of the reasons why I was in the Pennsylvania 100. I go through my Pennsylvania 100 recordings, at the first of every year. And it's because, there's those layers there, and I get a little bit more every year. So, one of the things about copywriting is it's, you learn about it for your life. I'm, great friends with, a lot of the best copywriters, known copywriters in the world. And I'll tell you, those guys still love learning just as much as, a guy who was a rookie. They continue to learn, throughout their careers. And if you want to be an A-list copywriter, that's just how you do it.
Yep. And does it excite you to know that volume 2 of his hottest sales letter is going to be released? Like, not only is this letter going to be released, but he has 2 or more controls by the same client, selling a $297 per month continuity. This was like way back in 2006, and he's got a ton other controls in other niches that he never released. What do you think about that?
I'd call it a treasure trove. I can't wait to get it.
Nice. All right, so let us dive into this letter. Selling a $4,000 software, generated over $4 million in 3 years, and it's still kicking ass and can't be beat today.
Yeah, it's a great sales letter. Gone through.
Hey, this is Big Jason. So, what's included with Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2, and how do you get it?
All right. So number one, you're going to get Scott's original Shortcut Copywriting Secrets course. You're going to get his original Hottest Sales Letters, Volume 1. Plus, you're also going to get his missing magic order form. In Volume 1 of his Hottest Sales Letters, he mentioned an order form that he lost that worked like magic for a promotion he did for Gary Halbert. Well, I found it, and you're going to get it. Plus, you're going to get the all-new Hottest Sales Letters Volume 2. This is over 200 pages of home runs, including 4 controls. 3 of the controls are still running today because his longest running client can't find anyone who can beat Scott still today. All right, so who's going to be breaking these ads down with me? Clayton Makepeace, John Carlton, David Deutsch, Adam Carroll, Colin Chung, David Garfinkel, Brian Kurtz, $1 Million Mike Morgan, Harlan Kilstein, Kevin Rogers, Sammy Markowitz, Caleb O'Dowd, Bon Halbert, and many more. All right, so how do you get your hands on Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2? Well, you go to shortcutcopywritingsecrets.com and get on the wait list because I'm going to be releasing this very soon. All right, and once you opt in, you're going to get a very special recording from a expensive Gary Halbert seminar. I found this in a promotion that Scott wrote for Gary. I was cleaning out his apartment here in Austin for his family, and it's a killer message from No Sex Gary, a real honest-to-God way to get rich with direct marketing, okay? So you're going to get that just for opting into the wait list, all right? And then on the thank you page in the welcome email, there's going to be a link for my private Facebook group for Shortcut Copywriting Secrets version 2. Join that because I'm going to be releasing some rare audios and interviews and some information that I found in Scott's stuff that's really cool that I'm not going to release anywhere else. So once again, this is Big Jason. Thank you so much for helping me continue Scott's legacy. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Scott was my best friend. So go to shortcutcopywritingsecrets.com and I'll see you there.
Sure, actually, so I got into response in 2000, 2001 and stumbled upon this whole world of direct response, and I got really drawn to copywriting in particular. So I started studying Gary Halbert, the Gary Halbert letter, actually, old cassettes that I still, yeah, sure, absolutely. So that's the copy right here. The Gary Halbert Masterpiece Collection is next to it. Kick-Ass Copywriting Secrets is next to it.